about, and what does it mean to you to have some security on the other side of this injury?
I mean, it was in the works for quite some time. I mean, on and off throughout the off season. The gist of the deal really was what it was. I mean, it's to take a little bit of pressure off of myself to feel like I have to do more than I should be doing to get back. And once I got back, not being as smart with it, trying to go out there and just not do too much. I mean, so for me, I mean, it was really just to take that pressure off of myself, so I can kind of just go out there when I get back and just play free. But I mean, it's definitely a blessing. It means a lot to me, and I'm glad we were able to get it done.
Was it successful in doing that in terms of taking the pressure off? I can't imagine it must have been night and day having to come back and contract here.
I mean, no doubt. I mean, from the stuff on the field and to the stuff off the field, definitely took a lot of pressure off of my mind and all that for sure.
So was there any thought to betting on yourself over these last 8 or 10 games wherever you played? You had all the film from the first 4 years, just betting on yourself and say, hey, this is going to be good enough.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, I know what I'm capable of. But, I think that I know what I'm worth as a player when comparing it to the market and whatnot. But I mean, it's a risk and reward when it comes down to it with the injuries that I've had in the past, and obviously coming back from a major injury like this. So I mean, it's just weighing the risk and weighing the reward of going both ways with it.
Christian, sitting out's not fun in any walk of life, in any profession. To do what you've had to do and watch others fill roles, watch the team draft 2 receivers, is there validation though, and that even while you're still injured, this team wants you back, even though they have so many other guys that are performing?
100%. I think that regardless of the business side of everything, I feel like I knew how appreciated I was in the building, just from being in the building every day. But I mean, for sure, I mean, to get it finally, something done, and it gives you that kind of extra stamp on everything. But I mean, I feel like even before the deal, I knew how appreciated I was in the building. I feel like there's a business side to everything in the league too.
What goes into that? Is that Goody? Is that Matt? Who made you feel appreciated before the dollar showed up?
I mean, everybody. I mean, from the top down for sure. I mean, Goody for sure. Matt. All the offensive coaches, honestly.
Christian, other than actually practicing, is there anything that you haven't done yet that you need to show them or show yourself that you're ready to go?
I mean, no, I think it would just be practicing, live reps, more reactive stuff. I mean, that's really it, to be honest.
Otherwise, you've cut, you've run, you've planted, all that stuff. You've already done all that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You feel like you're ready to play?
I mean, I feel like if it was the, NFC Championship game tomorrow, I would be able to go out there and, feel confident for sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, I got to be as smart as I can with it, and not let it be a long-term thing. 9 months is long enough, so I want to get the 9 months out the way and come back and be 100% Christian Watson and go out there and not have to worry about it anymore.
You said the extension was in the works for some time. When did you first know that this was a possibility? Right now, when did it first come to your attention?
I mean, I'd say earlier in the offseason, it was definitely on and off. I mean, it wasn't like a we started talking at the beginning of the offseason, and I know we're going to get something done. I mean, it was something that was kind of up in the air throughout the offseason, on and off, and just became a little more real down the line.
Christian, you've dealt with this training staff a bunch. They're not going to put you out there before they need to. Goody told us this summer that he thought they would need a couple people to hold you back from wanting to play after those 4 weeks were up. How much do you try and go to them and say, look, I'm ready, while also kind of respecting what they have to say, and do you think you're going to be chomping at the bit after 4 weeks?
I mean, for sure. I mean, I'm already chomping at the bit. But I mean, I've got to, have, but I got to listen to both shoulders. I got to, understand what's the smartest way to go about it. At the same time, I feel like I've learned from, experiences in the past of, trying to get out there too quick, unfortunately, and. I just got to try to be as smart as possible. So, when I know that I'm ready, I'm going to want to get out there. But at the same time, I've got to know that, I'm 110% ready to go.
Do you feel like one of those experiences was maybe Chicago? looking back, getting out there before maybe you're ready?
I mean, for sure. Yeah.
What happened? Just trying to push late in the season to get back on the field, come back from something that is just the timing of the season?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was just me, feeling like I was ready to go. Getting clearance from everybody else in terms of, I mean, I put out what I needed to put out to be able to play. But I think from myself, I've got to know the mental side of it too. Having confidence to go out there and not be compensating or anything like that. I mean, I'm always going to want to play. I don't think that. If anyone offered me, any opportunity to play, I would want to play every single time. But, just definitely got to learn when it's, the right decision and when it's the wrong decision.
How do you think the room is equipped to handle you and Jay Reed both being out?
I mean, I think we're fully equipped. I mean, I think that, the young guys are getting, better each and every week. I think that, I think they're already putting, really good stuff on film. Both MG and Savion, I think that they're, ready to go, and we have, depth even aside from the new guys who are able to go out there and make plays. So I think we're, good regardless. Obviously, I would love to not, have seen Bird go down, and obviously I would love to be out there, but I think we'll be good nonetheless. I think me and Bird just add even more to the room, but I think we're good to go regardless.
You have a chance to talk to Bird.
Can you say that again?
You have a chance to talk to Bird.
Yep. I mean, he's doing all right. I mean, he's always the upbeat, positive guy. So, obviously he was definitely hurt in the moment as anyone would be. But I mean, he's just going to be ready to go and cheering everybody on. Right next to me until we're both able to get back out there.
Christian, I know you've had some setbacks and some injuries throughout your career. I don't know, was this one of the toughest ones you went through, and how did you kind of stay positive and kind of get through that whole situation?
I mean, I'd definitely say it's one of the toughest ones I went through. Just in terms of the process of getting back from it, and the length of time that I was recovering from it. It was definitely one of the tougher ones for sure, but. I mean, they're all the same in terms of, I want to be out there playing ball, and then, something's, stopping me from doing that. But I think each one of them is a learning opportunity too, just to, learn to understand my body and, what I need to do to, keep myself out there.
You're 2 weeks from maybe that decision being made. What is that decision ultimately come down to? Is it how you're feeling, or do you have a test to pass, or what? I guess ultimately, what gets you back on the field?
I mean, I'm sure both. Obviously, I got to get clearance from the medical team and whatnot. But I'm kind of just going back to what I said earlier. I've got to feel 110% confident, and I'm going to be able to go out there and be Christian Watson, not 90% or I mean, honestly, not even 95%. I need to be 100% of Christian Watson before I get out there.
So do you feel like you're getting close to that number? I mean, you've done just about everything other than practice.
I mean, definitely, but obviously got to get the live reps and obviously to get the full feel of it.
How much has this injury fueled you as a player? Trying to get back out there and do exactly what you love.
I mean, it's definitely gave me I mean, I don't want to say a different mentality because I feel like I've always attacked everything that I've done and everything, but I mean, it's definitely gave me a different perspective in terms of just the appreciation for the game in general. Just being out this long and having to go at something this mentally and physically tough. It's definitely given me a different appreciation for everything, and I'm just super excited to get back out there.
Is there a plan in place right now for when you might be able to start taking practice reps?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's just up to the training staff, but I mean, I'd assume whenever my window opens up, I'll be able to work in a little bit.
So is that kind of with how you're? It sounds like you're feeling pretty good. So with how you're feeling, is the expectation is the early part of these windows you'll be able to hit that pretty manually?
I mean, I think so. I mean, I think it'll just come down to consistency once I'm getting out there. Obviously I don't want to have any setbacks. If I'm if I am able to go out there and feel good, but then the next day I'm not feeling that great. Obviously that's not where I want to be at. I want to be able to just go out there and play, feel good, go out the next day and play and feel good. So obviously my plan is to go out there as soon as I can and feel great. But kind of just see how it is when it happens.